we go! Go the Cowboys! Woo!
Hey guys, Sean here. Just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Mighty Tigers, they beat the Panthers. Holy fucking shit. Holy fuck. Fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Saturday Football Review for round 9 of the 2023 NRL season. What a wild Super Saturday. And obviously the big talking point of Super Saturday and potentially the big talking point of the entire season, West Tigers 12, Penrith Panthers 8. What the actual fuck did I watch? What was that? Penrith were beaten by the Tigers. The Panthers have been beaten by the Wooden Spooners of last year. Unbelievable scenes out at Bathurst. I know it was wet and probably the worst conditions you'll ever play in, but my God, the Tigers, unbelievable. And I also want to make clear, if that doesn't prove why Nicho Hynes should be the New South Wales 5'8" and Jerome Luai should be out, then I don't know what does, because you can't tell me Jerome Luai deserves his New South Wales Origin jersey. He does not. Nicho Hynes does. So, unbelievable scenes out at Bathurst. Hello to the live chat. We've got a big crowd building up here. We've got about 30 people in the live chat. Guys, make sure to like the live stream. I would really appreciate that. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you're all doing well for Saturday night. It's, April 29, 9:44 p.m. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hello to the chat. We've got a big chat building up here. Holy fuck, donations are coming in. It's all happening. Mr. Lachlan, hello. $10 super chat from Mr. Lachlan. It needs to be said that it is concerning that the Panthers have already suffered 4 losses and have had only 4 wins and could have lost to South in round 2 in the Knights. There's no excuses for Penrith. Mr. Lachlan, you are correct. And yes, they are in a bit of trouble, Penrith. They are not the same team as last year. They are a lot more vulnerable. So the Panthers are very beatable. If the Tigers can beat the Panthers, anyone can beat the bloody Panthers. So thank you for the $10 super chat. The chat's going off. It's good to see. Pro Enzo Vids is here. CJ Moxley. Devils_side. We've got Tom Mitchell. Yeet Boy. Bosky. Holy fuck, the chat is going absolutely insane. I'm trying to get in contact with all that Champa. I want to get him on. We've got Free Tilly. Hello. Hello, everyone that's here. Damien from Newcastle. Luke Melbourne Storm fan. Mustard Cat. Yeet Boy. SS Storm fan. Dennis Zio is here. Hello. Aussie Mozzie. Nick Green. Immortal Wolf. I can't even keep up at this stage. The chat's going insane. I love it. Hello to the chat. If you're well, I hope you're all doing well. Oh, fuck. Super Saturday. Super Saturday. I'm going to try and contact all that Champa. I'm going to try and get him on. It won't be easy, but we'll see. I'll see if I can get him on. You know what? I might try and call him privately. Let's see if I can get him on. It was active 10 minutes ago, so you never know. We'll try and give all that Champa a call. We'll see if we can get him on the stream here. Hopefully he can come on. It'd be great to get Champa on. Fuck, man. That was insane. Absolutely insane. West Tigers 12. Penrith Panthers 8. I cannot believe it. Call his number, bro. Yeah, good idea. Good idea, CJ. His phone's on. Yeah, look, I tried contacting him before he came on here, before I came on the stream. Anyway, I'll try and get hold of him very soon. But you know what? Super Saturday today was insane. Can't believe what happened. Now, if you guys watched my tipping video the other day, you would know I did not get a single tip right today. I got them all wrong. My tips this weekend have been fucking horrible. I had Dolphins over Raiders. Raiders won in Golden Point, 31-30. I had Manly over Titans. Titans won that, 26-10. And I had Panthers over Tigers by like 40. And the Tigers ended up winning 12-8. This weekend, I've only got one tip right. I've only got one. The best I can get is 3. And tomorrow I've got the Roosters and the Dragons to win. But honestly, after what's been happening so far this year and this weekend, who the fuck knows what will happen? Unfucking believable. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to review Super Saturday. We're going to go back to the first one. We'll go through it quickly. Canberra up against the Dolphins. Raiders 31, Dolphins 30. I couldn't believe this. I thought the Dolphins were very poor. Early on, the Raiders, they obviously started off very well. Early try to Jared Croker out wide in the centers. Raiders started off very strong. Then Jack Whiten went over. Raiders were 12-0 early. Good start for the Green Machine. And Rapana went over in the corner. Canberra led 18-0 after 20 minutes. And you know what? We're going to time out. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. All out Champa is here. Here we go.
Yes. Let me just fix up my camera. Yes. Tigers.
You know what? You know what? Let's do the chant. Tigers. Tigers.
Tigers.
Tigers. Tigers. Tigers.
Yes. Oh.
You know what? At least you won't cry after a game.
Bro, I tell you what.
Mate, how are you?
Happy. I'm doing great. Happy tears right now. I was celebrating with the family. They just came home. We were drinking beers, and then I see your message say, "Come on the live." You know what? I'm like, I cannot resist. I have to show everyone how I'm feeling, man. Oh,
I love it.
After 7 games of just playing absolute crap, to go out there tonight against a top team in the Panthers, man, I'm so proud of my boys. I'm so proud of my boys. Defense was just the most important thing tonight, and we did. We defended them. We kept them to 8. Just wow. I'm full of emotions right now.
Incredible stuff. I mean, the way you started the game was phenomenal. Obviously, Brendan Wakeham off that kick and Nofaluma scoring that try, and just it was the worst possible conditions to play in. But you guys seem to be able to handle it really well.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think the rain really helped benefit us because players like Crichton, Turava, To'o, they weren't really up to their full potential. You know, they can't really do something in those conditions. But what I want to jump on real quick is, in my opinion, one of the key players of tonight, and I'd say I wouldn't be surprised if he won man of the match, is the problem child, Luke Brooks. Let's be honest, Brooks, he's been pretty shit lately, but tonight, you know, what was it, 2 40-20s? His defense was solid. I think he played a really good game, though I will say his 5th tackle options were a bit questionable, to say the least. I think he was pretty good in today's game.
That was the best game Luke Brooks has played in fucking years.
Oh, so good. I love to see it. And
2 40-20s?
Yeah. His defense was really good. Like some of the one-on-one tackles he was making, they were pretty good. And Buller, the young fullback for us, swallowing everything Cleary kicked at him.
He did well. He did very well. Mate, I got to ask you. Obviously, you're over the moon right now, but the fuck is wrong with the Panthers?
Oh, it's like I don't know I don't know what's happening. I think what's happening right now is teams are finally starting to understand the Panthers' style of play, and they're exposing them, and they're vulnerable now. The Panthers, people are starting to understand how to play their game. If you overwhelm Cleary and Luai, overwhelm the halves, then the surrounding players won't know what to do, and we saw that tonight. I mean, we were owning Cleary, we were owning Luai. They will make 12 errors, I'm pretty sure, 12 or 13 errors from Panthers tonight. So you just got to swarm them. And, Souths did it last week, and we did it this week, and I'm so happy with my boys. Hopefully,
look, I know finals is probably a very tough reach for the Tigers, considering how bad they started the season. But I'm assuming the goal for the Tigers now would be to just try and avoid the wooden spoon, right?
I think that would be, because we're still 4 points away. I'm pretty sure we're still 4 points away or 2 points away from, I think it's your boys, the Cowboys.
Well, yeah, us and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so I think it does come down to just us getting out of that bottom four position and probably just just trying to find a position to finish up the season where we're out of that bottom four. Because look, anything better than last year, I'd say. Anything better than wooden spoon.
Yeah, I think that's the plan for the Tigers. Obviously, finals would be almost impossible from here on out. But hey, you never know. If you win 4 in a row or 2 in a row, you're back with the top 8, really.
Exactly. I want to touch on something like right now. I think with the games that we saw with Canberra winning by 1 point, the Titans giving it to Manly at Brookie, and now the Tigers win over Panthers, it really shows how close the competition is this year. This is probably the closest it's ever been.
Mate, this is probably the best competitive NRL season I think I've ever seen. I've never seen it this close.
Same here. Honestly, I thought Manly were going to roll into Brookie tonight and give it to the Titans, but the Titans stood up and they overran Manly
as well. Who the fuck was on that?
13. If you're tipping 30 plus for Titans, I would have thought you were off your head.
At Brookvale as well.
Exactly. Oh man, again, it shows how close the competition is this year. And teams. I think now teams should be going in. Let's say if you're someone like look, say for instance, if you're the Panthers going into the Tigers, I think with the competition how it is now, don't go into games thinking it's going to be a cakewalk because they can pull your pants down at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw the other night Parramatta against Newcastle. We all thought maybe Newcastle could knock them off. It could be a close game. Para went berserk, and no one saw that coming.
Exactly. We haven't seen Para do that in we haven't seen Para, have put on that kind of performance at all this year. Probably the closest thing to that was them beating the Panthers this year.
Exactly.
So honestly, man, I'm so full of excitement right now. It's so hard to talk.
Honestly, I love it. It's just so good to see. And you know what? Well done to the Tigers. They deserve it. They completed at 90% in those conditions, the Tigers. 38 from 42. That's insane.
It just shows how switched on we were. And this is what the Tigers need to do more. It's just to be more switched on, need to show more focus. And if we put on a performance like that, it shows that we could do that to the Panthers. We could do that to most teams. But then again, we can't go out next week. I'm pretty sure we're taking the Dragons at Magic Ground. Can't go into that game next week against the Dragons and get embarrassed because Dragons can do that. Dragons can do that.
I'll tell you what. I know Alex Twal's never scored a try in his NRL career, but fuck, he played well tonight.
He played really well, and this is what I love about Alex Twal. He's not a flashy forward. He won't make the barnstorming runs, or he won't pull off the massive hits. He will just get the job done. He'll make the meters, and he'll just give it his 100%. And sometimes that's all you need in a forward is just to keep running and running, and just keep a lot left in the tank.
Yeah, no, he was great tonight. Off the bench, 173 meters. Unbelievable.
So good, so good. I'm just
Incredible.
still waiting for his first try. I'm telling you, when he scores that first try, we got our first win. Now all we need is 12 to get his first try.
Next week, Magic Round. It makes sense.
Oh man, if it doesn't happen in Madrid, it's gotta happen at the last game of Leichhardt when we take on your boys, the
Yeah, that's not
Cowboys.
going to happen, is it? That won't be happening.
All right, man. All right. We'll save it till then. We'll save it till then.
Hold on, I'll super chat from Aussie Mozzie. Brooks is Luai's dad now.
Daddy's home.
Thank you for the $5, Aussie Mozzie. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And funny enough, the Tigers did well. You know what? I'm just reading here. Jake Simpkin off the bench, played 20 minutes, didn't have one run.
Oh, really? Didn't have one run.
20 minutes, ran for 0 meters. What the fuck?
Probably just passing the ball around. Jeez. Didn't want to take a run himself.
Mate, what about the performance of your big prop, David Clemmer? Wow.
Oh, man. He has just been a workhorse for us ever since he came into the side. He started off the year probably a bit weird, but
A bit slow.
look, he's been building gradually. He's been one of our top fours, and even Ukatamanu. I mean, I'm pretty sure that run he did where he was just carrying those plays almost to their goal line. How good was that?
That was incredible. I mean, it's great to see the Tigers win.
Yeah.
Well done. Fuck me. That's incredible.
What about the hip drop from Sonny Luke that got him 10 minutes in the bin?
The hip drop, eh? Fuck me.
Yeah.
You know, the problem with the hip drop is there's no specific ruling on what constitutes a fucking hip drop at the moment. Everyone's so confused by it. Look, you have to have another look at it. It just drives me insane, this hip drop shit.
You think the NRL needs to actually come out right now and actually explain what constitutes as a hip drop? Because
100%.
Yeah, they need to come out and probably fully explain the rule properly of what constitutes a hip drop, and what doesn't, because I think a lot of players are getting confused.
There's a couple of problems at the moment with the bunker and a bit of confusion. Like the hip drop's a bit of an issue. When a halfback or a 5'8" kicks the ball downfield and there's pressure on him, and he gets pushed after he jumps in the air, and the defender can't stop because he's committed to the tackle. Penalising players for that is ridiculous.
I think you're referring to Manly Titans tonight.
Yeah, the Tanner Boyd one where he jumped. Yeah, that's pathetic. The other one that I'm getting really mad about at the moment as well is in the Manly Titans game, there was a crusher tackle, so-called crusher tackle, and there was a sin bin. He didn't even jump on him. He just made the tackle. So a couple of issues that needs to be sorted out. Do you want to hang around with me for the other games?
I missed the Canberra Dolphins match. I was out today, but I didn't watch most of the Manly Titans match.
Yeah, that's all right. So before we go to that, top three on ground, you reckon, from the Tigers Manly game? Tigers and Panthers game. 3-2-1 with one being man of the match.
All right.
Tough one for you. They're all good.
Yeah, the Tigers were all switched on today. I'll go number 3. Probably a bit of a roughie here, but number 3, I'll go David Clemmer. I think he was really great in that front row position. 2, I'll go Buller. I think him at fullback, he was so switched on, and he's really, just coming out as a great player. And number 1, I'm going to give it to him. Fuck it, Luke Brooks.
Brother, you're going to laugh at this. I've got the exact same top 3 in that order.
Oh, really?
Clemmer 3, Buller 2, Brooks man the match.
I think that's
unbelievable. All right, let's go back to the Manly Gold Coast game, and then obviously we'll do a quick wrap up on the Canberra Dolphins game. Bro, Titans 26-10. I couldn't fucking believe what I was watching. I was actually quite stunned by this. The Seagulls, obviously it did rain, and they were horrible in the rain. The Gold Coast, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it.
again, it shows how close the competition is. The Titans came to Bookie, and they came for a purpose. And look, I think they wanted some redemption from last week's game. You know, the Dolphins embarrassing them with that comeback. That they had to make some sort of redemption. I think there's something going on at somewhere else.
What's going on?
Jeez, what's that? What's going on?
Western Sydney for you.
Gosh. Anyway, I'll go on mute. You tell me when to talk.
Yeah. So yeah, Manly and Gold Coast. I was actually quite stunned by the result here. Gold Coast obviously played really well. Camparero got a double. Fafita got one. Sami got one. And Payne Haas's brother, Clee Haas, ended up getting the late try. And for Manly, one try to Sean Kepi. I thought Manly were really poor. I thought their attack was dreadful. Obviously, no Tommy Turbo. KL Weeks at fullback, I thought he really struggled today. He didn't play really well. Garrick should have played fullback. I have no doubt about it. I don't know. Manly, I think I said it last night to Paddy G on the chat, or might have been this morning. I said Manly probably don't deserve to be second on the ladder, and I think I'm right. They probably don't deserve to be second on the ladder. They're not playing like a team that's second on the ladder. I reckon Manly are quite hot and cold at the moment, Champa.
Yeah, well, hold on. Someone's... Wait. Just...
Yeah, you're all right, brother.
Yeah, open.
Can you come out?
It's all happening. Anyway, I'll continue for a moment while Champa talks about that dog.
Okay, I'll John, I gotta go right now. Something's happening, but
Yeah.
All right.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming on. All right, Champa's got to go. Obviously, something's going on there at his house there, so that's all good. We'll just get back into the Manly Titans game for a moment. You know, the Gold Coast, you know, very surprising. I didn't expect this. This result blew me away. I didn't expect them to win tonight. I thought Manly would win at home. Manly probably will go down as the most disappointing team of the weekend. Them and Penrith. I just can't believe what I saw from Manly. Tries in the like obviously Kepi. I mean, Cherry Evans was off his game. I thought they were really poor, Manly. Their completion rate, Manly's was better than the Gold Coast, believe it or not. Manly had 34 from 43 completed sets, and the Gold Coast 31 from 41. Pretty insane stuff there. Yeah, look, I don't know what to say about Manly. I thought they were poor. Paseka was probably their best player, in my opinion. Maybe Bullimore as well. He played really well. But in the end, the Gold Coast has showed up. And you know what? Some big news out of the Gold Coast as well during the game. AJ Brimson did his hamstring. Jaden Campbell came on and played fullback. And Jaden Campbell did a remarkable job. I thought he was very good. I thought Murray Fodawaker had a good game. I thought David Fafita had his best game in quite some time as well. Brian Kelly was very good. So yeah, the Gold Coast, surprising result for them. And they, after last week being down, after leading 26-0 against the Dolphins and losing 28-26, they have managed to bounce back and remarkably gone down to Brookie and beat Manly in Sydney, which was a pretty tough thing to do. So Gold Coast with the win. My man of the match from the Gold Coast Manly game, I'm going to give it to David Fafita. I thought David Fafita played really well. Probably his best game in quite some time. So David Fafita is my man of the match in the Titans. 26-10 upset over Manly. And final game, the early game of the day, Raiders and Dolphins. Raiders 31, Dolphins 30. A bit like I said before Champa came on. Canberra was surprising. They were up 18-0 early on, and Dolphins got back in it. It was fucking 18-12, and then Chris scored before halftime. It was 22-12 at halftime or something like that, 22-12, 24-12, something like that. 24-12 at some point, and then it was 24-18, 24-all. Lemmy scored 2 tries with the Dolphins in the back row, which was very impressive. And then Fogarty ended up crashing over for the Raiders, 30-24, and then Jesse fucking Bromwich, of all people, ends up scoring for the Dolphins. We're level of 30 apiece. Now, interesting enough, if you guys didn't know this, with about 2 minutes to go, before Golden Point, Canberra are on the attack. They had all the possession, and they did not select a field goal. They did not want to go for a field goal. They ran the ball. They fucking kept going right, and they went left. They weren't even thinking field goal. I thought it was one of the stupidest things I ever saw. I thought if Canberra lose this game, all we're going to talk about is the final 2 to 3 minutes. It was one of the stupidest things I ever saw. I thought it was ridiculous the way they finished that game, the Raiders. Anyway, we get the Golden Point and bit of chaos and whatever. And then Jamal Fogarty gets in position. He steps one of the Dolphins players, has a shot at field goal, kicks it. Fogarty kicks it, and the Canberra Raiders win 31-30. Jack White was very emotional. He got very emotional after the game. He was in tears. Obviously, he was under a lot of pressure this week with the whole thing with the media. Obviously, signing with South Sydney, leaving Canberra. And then Ricky Stewart was upset in the press conference. He was in tears as well. He had some strong comments. He said something like, I'm not happy that he's leaving, blah, 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 but I can live with it, sort of thing, whatever. And, you know, it was the Canberra versus Dolphins game. There was no defense. It was all about attack. It was entertaining. Both sides are going to work on their defense. And you know what the Dolphins need to do? The Dolphins need to work on their fucking defense early on in games. The way Dolphins start games of football are horrible. That's 2 weeks in a row now where they've started so slow. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get how Dolphins go down 26-0 against the Gold Coast last week, down 18-0 in the first 20 this week. The Dolphins do that against Cronulla. Cronulla will beat them by fucking 40-50, guarantee it. So they're going to be better than the Dolphins. But in the end, Canberra, they get away with it, 31-30. It was almost fins up, but unfortunately for the Dolphins, it was fins down. Some of the players that stood out in the Canberra Dolphins game for me, look, I thought Jared Croker was outstanding. I thought Tomoko was great. Chris had a good game. White and Fogarty were good. Papali had his best game in a very long time. Hudson Young, Joseph Tarpanay, Corey Hallsborough, unbelievable. And mate Gula was very good. All that Champa in the chat. The reason I had to go was police were called to my house because apparently there was a disturbance. I must have screamed so loud that the neighbors, oh my fucking God. Champa, tell your neighbors I said go get fucking fucked. What a bunch of Karens. You know, when the Tigers won at full time, it was like 9:20 p.m. It's Saturday night. Nobody can call North. Nobody can whinge about noise complaint till fucking midnight. I'm pretty sure the law is on Saturday nights. Pretty sure Saturday nights the fucking noise complaint rules like after midnight or something. So that's ridiculous, bro. I can't believe that shit. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Wow. What the fuck? Anyway, I hope all is good, Champa. Fucking hell. Anyway, for the Dolphins, some of the players that stood out for them, obviously, the Hammer was a lot better today. Cody Nicarima was good. Just Connolly Lemu in the back row was outstanding, I thought. And off the bench, I thought Herman Essie and Ray Stone were very good as well. But in my opinion, the man of the match from the Raiders and Dolphins game, look, it's a tough one because they had a lot of standout players. The Raiders, they all stood out really well. But I'm going to give the man of the match in the Raiders-Dolphins game to I'm going to go to Josh Papali. Josh Papali was outstanding. That was the best game Papali's played all year, I reckon. So I'm going to give Josh Papali the man of the match in the Raiders 31-30 win over the Dolphins. But tell you what, guys, that's going to wrap up the Saturday football review for round 9 of the 2023 NRL season. If you enjoyed tonight's review, make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. thank you for taking the time out of your night to watch this stream, or morning, depending on where you are. If you're over here in Australia or you're in the UK, thank you for watching the review. Anyway, guys, I'm getting on out of here. Full time, Raiders 31, Dolphins 30, Titans 26, Manly 10, and Tigers 12, Panthers 8. Sucked in Panthers.